Hello everyone out there on YouTube, it's me, Jack, and today it's WWDC 2020. This is so exciting. I have been looking forward to this day since there was no October event. So pretty much since October, I've been looking forward to WWDC, and I've been looking forward to it even more since we found out there was no March event. So yeah, I've been looking forward to WWDC 2020 for a pretty long time now. And let's just get it out of the way. Yes, WWDC means dressing up. Gotta yeah, but I can't lose the jacket because I only take the jacket off for keynotes. The keynotes are when I get all fancy, like with my thingy, and yeah. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna go watch WWDC in the Jack Theater. There are two ways we could get to the Jack Theater. I could take the portal, or I could take the door. But I'm gonna take the portal because I want to show you this cool portal. And Apple said the Apple Watch Series 5 couldn't open up portals.
It opens portals. Kidding.
Take that, Apple. For better or worse, WWDC 2020 just happened, and these are my fresh reactions right off. It's like WWDC just ended like 10-20 minutes ago. Time card. Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so first of all, I gotta say I hated their digital format thing.
Good morning and welcome to WWDC.
I mean, I realize it probably wasn't as safe to just would it have been not safe to have them on stage, and with Apple employees every 6 chairs apart or something, just so you have somewhat of an audience. They could have been on stage presenting the whole thing like normal, and they could have the audience could have been clapping. Because that was the thing, there was no one to clap, and it was just it was weird, especially with Craig Federighi taking over the whole thing.
Good morning. Great to have you here. As you can see, we've got a lot to cover.
No, it didn't work, because his thing is he'll make jokes and people will laugh, but there was no one to laugh at his jokes because he wasn't telling any, because there was no one to... I'm just gonna say up front, my opinion's probably gonna come across really clear in this video, that I did not like WWDC. It was boring. Like any other Apple event. This was I thought it couldn't get worse than the September event they had last year, with it was so boring. It was pretty boring, with the iPhones and stuff. That was boring. This was a whole nother level of boring. What's up with Apple and boring events? You know, I think the writers of these events just need to start to have more fun again. The older Apple events, those were fun. WWDC is supposed to be the fun event. This was the not fun event. But now to get into what they actually released. So up first, they released iOS 14. Yeah, they released iOS 14. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah. And by the way, I'm going to be reading straight from my notes rather than looking at Apple's actual website and seeing what they just announced or whatever, because I was taking notes the whole time. So if there's something I forget, it's because I didn't put it in my notes, because I probably thought you guys wouldn't care. So up first, with iOS 14, we now have widgets on the home screen, which is, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. But yeah, you kind of have widget thingies on the home screen. Also, now the iPhone has picture-in-picture. Yes, this is so awesome. Yes. I mean, just to be honest, I do like a lot of the stuff they announced. I just hate the way they presented it. It was trash the way they presented it. But the stuff they announced was pretty cool. Okay, Yes, it has picture in picture. It is like, because like sometimes I'll be on my iPad and I'll just be watching something and I'll swipe up, you know, and then I'll still be watching it and I can do other stuff, and then I'll think about doing other stuff while I'm watching something on my phone, but I can't do it, and it's like, I'm so glad they brought that to the iPhone. It's just like, yes, cha-ching. Also, you have an app library thing. It's, I don't know. It seems like something I say I hate now, but then when I actually use it, it'll be like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know about App Library. It'll probably be cool in the end. And now, Siri doesn't take up the whole screen. Siri's just like a little thingy in the bottom thingy, like near your dock. And like you could ask Siri to open up like Safari, and Siri will do it automatically. Whatever that means. It's one of these things where it's like, they say Siri will do that, but then in reality... Oh, and you can ask Siri to send an audio message now. Oh, and there's a new Translate app, which works offline, which is super cool. There's going to be a new Translate app in iOS 14. It is like, so you can like translate conversations or something. I think it's going to be kind of similar to Google Translate, and it's integrated with Siri and stuff. I hope it's on the watch. I have this like iConversation app or something on my Apple Watch, and that's just, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I assume it'll be similar to Google Translate or something like that. Some things that are new in Messages, as the rumors predicted, you can tag people now in Messages, and you can reply to specific people, and you can reply to specific people, and like you can do, well, as Apple calls it, mentions, which is like tagging people. You can have a photo for the entire group chat thing, so like, and their new Memoji stickers and Memoji stuff, like, and your Memoji can have a mask now, which I thought they would not include. I don't know why, but it's just so awesome that they did that. Now I can have a mask, my Memoji can have a mask, and yeah. Oh yeah, and you can pin conversations to your thingy, like your important conversations. Now in Maps there are guides, so like you can learn about like places and stuff, and they update automatically and stuff. And now there is cycling. It'll calculate how long it'll take you, like with hills and stuff, and how hard it would be. That's now in Apple Maps. And there's EV routing, like I think that's for electric cars. Right now they have Ford and BMW doing it, so there's that. App Store, they have app clips. I think this is going to be really cool. Like, I think this is going to be awesome. It doesn't launch like a full app, or it's kind of just like a mini app sort of thing, and it'll like, you scan your thing, kind of like a QR code thing, but for Apple, you scan it, and then it pulls the thing up, and it has to be under 10 megabytes, so it pulls it up fast. Then in iPadOS, we have widgets that are like, we have the widgets on the side still, and that's the same. And then with Siri, it's the same stuff as in iOS. And then pop-ups for calls, like it'll just subtly do it, not like in your face do it. And then now with Apple Pencil in iOS or iPadOS, you can just scribble something, whoop, and it'll convert it to text, which is super cool. And yeah, it does that across apps. And with AirPods, now this is pretty cool. It'll seamlessly transfer from one device to another device, which is super cool. And also with AirPods Pro specifically, it'll provide spatial audio for like when you turn and stuff, which is pretty cool. Moving on to watchOS 7. Now with watchOS 7, you can have like specific faces for like specific apps, which is super cool. And you can send people your faces now, like your watch faces. So like the idea is you force press down on the thing, and then there's a share feature, so you can share it to social media and stuff. And you can get cycling directions too with Maps. And for the workout app, they're adding the dance app. They're making like a big deal about this, but the thing is, they're not adding it. They've had it. They're just improving it. Like, yeah, that annoys me that they say they added it. Cause like, well, I don't know if they did say they added it. But now they're making it more prominent. Cause like, I remember one time I did a dancing workout. Yeah, when I was looking through the other workouts, I found dancing, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. So I put some music on the Apple TV and danced, and had a little dance party. And then they're adding some new activities like the cool down thing, and core training, and that sort of thing. And now they're renaming the activity app to the fitness app, and they've redesigned the fitness app. And they've also added sleep tracking. So you can like set a certain bedtime or whatever where your watch will turn off and go into sleep mode, and your phone will too. So like, you know, it's time to go to sleep, so you'll get off it and stuff. And then my favorite new feature in watchOS, you guys are gonna think I'm dumb for liking this feature and thinking it's the best feature of watchOS, but in my opinion it is. It just is, in my opinion. The hand washing feature. So like, it'll tell you when it's been like 20 seconds or whatever, and yeah, it's so cool. Like, it can sense the water and stuff, and it'll be like, well done, when you've washed for 20 seconds. And if you wash less than 20 seconds, it'll be like, you need to wash more. I just think that's the coolest feature, especially with the times and stuff. And then some privacy stuff. Now you can convert accounts from like one account to a sign-in with Apple account, so that's pretty cool. And then they made it easier to connect home stuff with the Home app, and they have adaptive lighting and face recognition for like the cameras, like your Ring doorbell or something. Yeah. And it'll give you a live view when someone rings the doorbell.
HomePod announcing who's at the door.
So you can decide whether to walk to the door or not walk to the door. tvOS, there's a new show, Foundation, coming in 2021. I don't think I'll have Apple TV Plus then, because my subscription ends this November, and I'm not sure I'm gonna renew it. Yeah, it has that, and it also has picture-in-picture, which is cool. This is the event for picture-in-picture, I guess. And then macOS Big Sur. Like, with all their other they call this the biggest macOS update, like, since the original one, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Big Sur, I'm just gonna say straight up, not a huge fan of the name. Catalina, Yosemite, Sierra, Mojave, those were all way easier, nicer, looked better. I don't know, but maybe not looked better. I mean, I don't know what Big Sur really looks like, but they've redesigned it. There's a new dock, there's a new dock design with new apps in the dock, new redesigned apps in the dock, and Keynote, and Pages, and Numbers look so ugly, and the Messages app, they just all look like the phone apps and iPad apps, and oh, it just looks so ugly. The Mac is where, like, the Mac icons don't need to look like the other icons. They just don't. They just look ugly. And Final Cut, that looks so ugly. I mean, this might actually make me want to stop editing with Final Cut, just because it looks so ugly, and I'm gonna have to press on that ugly icon every time I want to edit. Oh, it pains me to think about. And they redesigned the menu sort of thing. And now macOS has the control center, and they redesigned their widgets. Oh, and in Messages, they're adding Memoji stickers, which is like, yes, finally. How long did it take? Like, so yeah, now you can edit your Memoji stickers and stuff within that. Adding effects. It's like, how many iOS updates later? Let's see, there was iOS 10, there was iOS 11, iOS 12, iOS 13, iOS 14. It's been 5 iOS updates since they added effects for your Messages. 5. And then there's a new redesigned Mac Maps app or something like that. I don't really know. And then Safari. Apple claims Safari is faster than Chrome. I'm not sure about that, but if Apple says it. Speaking of Chrome, just like Chrome, Safari is now getting extensions, and unlike other extensions, you can just like allow the extensions to work for like one day all the time or whatever, and it doesn't, apparently, I don't think it tracks where your thingies are in it. Yeah. And it now in Safari, it'll let you know if there's like been a security breach or something with one of your passwords. And just as the rumors predicted, Apple was switching from Intel to their Apple Silicon and everything's going to be available this fall. Also, you probably noticed there was no new iMac refresh like we all anticipated there would be. Tim Cook, at the very end, hinted at it. He was like,
In fact, we have some new Intel-based Macs in the pipeline that we're really excited about.
if that's not hinting at the new redesigned iMac, I don't know what is. And that's the video today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more fun. Follow me on Instagram for Jack_Ringenberg for the latest iOS updates, watchOS updates, and your favorite Apple device updates. I do them on my story. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, so did you like WWDC? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you in another video. Goodbye.